Hello, welcome to the first episode, maybe, hopefully, of Ramblings of a Average CrossFitter. So that title comes from a good friend of mine, Donnie Kurt. We were talking about that over breakfast one morning and come up with ideas and things, and I was like, we'll get to talking and stuff, and he said, you got a lot of stuff to say, and I said, well, it's kind of a lot of stuff going on CrossFit, so maybe the name will stick, maybe it won't. Who knows? This is kind of up to y'all and whoever's actually listening and watching. If this actually gets aired, I'm gonna try to air it and then just get feedback, whatever you think. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, want to address, I guess, what we're gonna do, what I'm gonna do. If you are along for the journey, if you're watching and still watching, then you, for whatever reason, you have an interest in this. So, just thoughts, really. This is, I guess, my Hugin, one of Odin's ravens, and his thoughts as he would go across the 9 worlds and see his thoughts. So, today, I think the first thing I want to address is the concept of try. What does it mean to try? What does it mean to just try something? I think the easiest word to say was to attempt to do something, attempt to do an action, attempt to do anything, a goal, anything you can set for thought. There's an attempt. It doesn't guarantee success. It doesn't guarantee failure. It doesn't mean anything. It just means you're going to attempt to do something, and that's try. But I don't think that even closely defines what try is, to have try, and what to embody trying this is. And that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I'm going to attempt to discuss here. We'll see what becomes of it. And then get your feedback and see what you think about all this stuff. So, in my, I have different communities and different cultures I deal with on a daily basis. Being in schools and colleges, and then coaching CrossFit. So, in the CrossFit community, you see a lot of try. You see a lot of individuals that have that drive to attempt something, things that they probably never knew they could do. In the open, had ladies in the scale division do multiple cleans at a weight that they never knew they could do, and then go up to another weight and do a couple cleans and set PRs in a workout. When we think of PRs as a testing PR, but they are attempting in a workout and completing these things. So they've got that try. I see it every day. People doing weights. Last night, watching a guy try to get one an 85-pound clean. He put a lot of effort into it. He didn't get it, but he sure worked hard at it. He sure worked hard and he really wants it. He's there. He just has to not be afraid. And that fear has a lot to do with the try. Fear is a thing that drives us away from stuff. Our fear of rejection, our fear of failure. I see that. I've dealt with that in relationships where a person says, well, I don't know what the future's going to hold. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what this. I don't know what that is. You don't. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what will happen tomorrow. I did not know I was going to start making these last week. I don't know if these will even continue past then. I don't know if this will actually be posted. I don't know what the feedback is. People probably hate my voice or don't like the fact that I got a deer head or something. Who knows? Might not even sound good when I play it back. Who knows? But it doesn't matter. It's starting. It's trying. It's attempting to do something. It doesn't matter what's going to happen. It's just a matter of starting and doing it. But we also see a lot of people that don't because of that. They have this thought in their head that the fear of failure is greater than the fear of success. And you put a math equation up there. You have failure, you have success, and this outweighs this. What they think will happen versus what they think they'll get from it. and they choose to not do it, and they choose not to attempt to attempt to try a problem, to talk to a person, to write something, to go outside of what society or somebody has at one time told them they couldn't do, because they don't see the benefits of it. They don't see what the end result could be. All they see is what is happening and what probably will happen, what probably happens a lot of times. And I think that's why we see that in CrossFit so much, is people know, they see it. They see right there what's going to happen. They see people that have went from 100, 200 pounds overweight and lost weight. They see people getting PRs every day. They see these guys lifting every day. You know, I saw a guy last night doing a 275 pound hang clean or hang snatch. And I'm like, there's no way. That's 100 pounds over what I kind of my working max snatch. But I know it can happen. I can see it. We see it. It's not something we see on a video or something we see at the games. We actually see it right here. And that makes a difference, because that at least gives you a point to say, I know this could happen. And I know that if I put enough work and enough effort and attempt and try and keep trying every day, eventually you could get there. A little bulletproof coffee. Need to get some more, it's out. But it doesn't guarantee success. I could go every day and work on a snatch every day and attempt it every day, and I could never get 275 pounds. You have an individual that works on anything, think of anything, any day, and they might never get it. And there could be all kinds of reasons why. It does not mean that they are a failure. What it means is whatever they're doing is not promoting the best success for them. You know, they might not even be practicing right. I might have terrible form. You know, I might be pulling late, pulling early. You know, I might not be having full extension. I might not be getting under it fast enough. There's all these lists of things of failure. But all you need is one-time success. One little bit of success. All these things that cause failure. But you don't need tons of things to have success. You just need one chance, one attempt, one deal of hitting it and hitting it and hitting it and hitting it again. Eventually you stick it. And then you know it. You feel it. You have that deal. It's like, oh, I got my first double under. And then all of a sudden you turn out 50. And then you turn out 100. And it's like, how did I never have these double unders? Handstands, all this stuff. These things that we do every day that people are so shocked about. It's like, you can do it too. If you just go and try. It's what I try to tell people. I try to tell people anytime I talk about CrossFit. And then people are saying, oh, it's so difficult. It'll wear me out. It'll beat me up. It'll do this, that, and the other. It's like, no, it won't. Just go and just try and just start. You might be slower than turtles running through peanut butter or whatever, molasses, you know, whatever the analogy is, but you just start and you just try and you attempt to go every day and you work at it and you just slowly build up. And all of a sudden you're going to find these niches that you never knew you had. You're going to find muscles that you never knew you had. You're going to find interest and draw. You know, I started CrossFit a little over 2 years ago. I think if I knew where I'd be at now because of it, I don't know if I started what I would invest in it and what it would become my life and what I would not other do. But it's created a culture, it's created my tribe, it's created so many new things because of that. You know, and I think it creates, and something I want to address later on in a different video if we get there, is the idea of tribe, of the idea of my in group, and then everything around that, the out group. Your ut guard and your ed guard outside. Your Guinean guard, that chaos, that outsideness. Because the intrinsic motivation of people in CrossFit, what it draws in there is a big word, intrinsic motivation. That's inside motivation, by the way. Extrinsic, outside, intrinsic, inside. There you go. But a little sports psychology or any education psychology. The people they have that draw. They have that thing that wants to do something different. They know that whatever they've been doing, whatever's been going on, is not working, and so they want to come and they want to attempt something new. They want to attempt to do something new. They want to attempt to try something new to make a change. That's why I started CrossFit. I didn't know it was going to work. I knew one person, a friend from Kansas, that she was doing it, and I didn't see her results. I didn't see how much weight she lost. I just knew it looked like she was doing fun. And I was like, those are the type of people I'd like to be around. Those looks, those people that they work on themselves. And that's the kind of people I'd like to be around. What is this? And so I started. And, I'm nowhere near. I mean, that's why I say ramblings of an average CrossFitter. I'm nowhere near any kind of what I would consider, good. Now, some people say good because that's just how they look at it. But I've come a long ways from where I started. And it has nothing to do with the fact of I'm genetically better or anything that is different from me and any other individual. It's just a simple fact that I knew that just keep beating my head against the wall and it will come down. Just keep trying, keep attempting, keep going. Failing and tons of failure. And eventually you'll start having a little success and a little more, and then it'll just start piling on. And then you'll draw more people in, and you get more interest, and then you go do stuff, and then you go get your level 1, and then you'll get more advanced things, and you see more people, and you draw more interest. And then you spend more time in it, and you'll get a personal trainer. And then they personalize a workout platform for you. Shout out to Jeremy Bird. His is awesome, by the way. Bird of Prey Fit Athletics and training, weight training, fitness. It has sure made a lot of good for muscle stamina and health and strength. But you just go and you try and you do this every day. You just go at it. Whatever you do, it doesn't matter. And I see it also on that outside, that other group I deal with, which is in schools. I see a lot of no try. Students, college students, elementary school students, they have no try. And the reason I feel is, the only reason is they don't see the end result. They don't see the point. Nobody has showed them and helped them create an intrinsic motivation. They do not see the point of why they should try. What is it going to matter? I hear that all the time. What does it matter? Does it make a difference? All in their life, everything they see, everything that goes around them, they don't see any point. There's somebody else that can do it. There's an app for that, as they say it. There's an app for that. Google can do that. There's no point in doing this stuff because something can do it. They don't have any intrinsic motivation. They don't have that motivation to go out and try to succeed, to go out and try to make a better grade than somebody else. It matters, but they don't see it. The reason they don't see it is they don't know what it's like. They've not experienced that stuff. They never went up against something that they honestly couldn't do. They had to figure out how to do it. They've never been faced with a situation. Somebody has done it for them. Somebody has covered it or made it okay to be mediocre, to not push to the best that they can do. The only way you're going to succeed, the only way you're going to become the best that you can do to reach those levels, reach the things that you really, really want in life, is you have to try and fail and try again and fail and try again and keep going. You want to get married, you want to meet somebody, you want to meet that person of your life that you have to go out and try to talk to them. They're not going to come to you. You have to go find out, and you have to try. You have to go out and put yourself out there. You have to hunt. You have to go after them. You have to put yourself out there. And you have to be willing to be rejected. You have to be willing. You don't corner them in this little area. That's kind of psychotic, and then hope they notice you and you just kind of pass by them. You have to actively pursue them and put everything on the line and risk getting kicked in the head. And then get up and shake yourself off and do it again. When I was in rodeo and saddle broncs and stuff, that's what you did every day. You risked getting bucked off, and probably got bucked off every day and risked getting stomped in the head, and then you did it again. For what? For enjoyment, for motivation. But it was just to say inside you can do it. Just to know. And that's what makes those people that way. That's what makes people what they say, what makes a CrossFitter? What makes a person do this? What makes a person do that? It's that inside, that drive to know they can do something. They want it more than anything else. They want it more than breathing. They want to win. They want to lift that weight. They want to get there. They want to accomplish this. They want to do these things more than breathing. And so they try and they get beat up, and they try and they get beat up and they get kicked in the head. And they keep going, and they keep going, and they keep going. And that's how you succeed. That's how you build things. That's how you accomplish anything in life, is you keep doing it. You know, look at any great thing that's ever been happened did not just happen. It didn't just start. It didn't just exist. They had to start somewhere. They had to build it brick by brick, attempt by attempt, failure by failure. Blood, sweat, and tears, all that went in there to build that, to build the Great Wall of China, to build the pyramids, things that'll last longer than we will, that's been here longer. It's so old that we're not even sure how they built it. And yet it's going to last longer than anything we can build. That says something. That says something about try. That says something about investment. That says something about wanting something bigger. In anything you do in life, anything you want to try to accomplish in life, it's about that. You want to do something great. You want to do something awesome. You want to go out and lift heavy. You want to marry someone that's beautiful. You want to write something. You want to learn something. You want to do something. You have to go out and be willing to put everything out on the line and fail. You have to be willing to go out and get kicked in the head. Willing to go out and get rejected. Willing to go out and watch that bar fall every time in front of your face and never come up. You have to be willing to look at them rings every time and keep pulling yourself up there and falling. And keep pulling yourself up there and falling. Keep pulling yourself up there and falling. And eventually, that first day you get a muscle up, it'll be the best day of your life. And it'll make everything beyond that point better because of it. Eventually, you put yourself in a situation that you don't even know you could have done. You'll talk to somebody that you thought was out of your league, somebody that you thought was out of your scope that had no interest in you. And you do it and you find out they're amazing. And they have so much more to offer than on the outside. And they like you too. And then all of a sudden, all these things that you never knew were open, you never even knew were there, suddenly open and makes you a better person because of it. But you never would have known that. You never could have accomplished that if you did not try to get kicked in the head, to try to fail, just to go out and do it. Put yourself out there. To attempt to pick up the weight and just go grab it. To put yourself out there and just go, okay, I don't know if I'm going to do this. I don't know what she's going to say. I don't know what he's going to say. I don't know if anybody's even going to watch this. I don't care. I don't care if I fail. Because if I fail, guess what? All that tells me is that instance, that person, that weight, whatever, at that time, just didn't have it. But that doesn't make me a failure. That doesn't make you a failure. That doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't mean you're not good enough. All that means is at that time, it just didn't work. But it does not mean that you can't try it again, and then eventually you'll get it. You lift 5 pounds, and then you lift 10 pounds. And you lift 20 pounds, and you keep falling on that. Next time you're going to be up to the 200s, the 300s, the 400s. That's how it works. You keep talking to people, and you keep building yourself, and you keep building what is you, and you put yourself out there, and eventually it will work. It's not going to happen overnight. Nothing is worth it. If somebody just handed you something and said, here you go, here's everything you want, would you appreciate it? Would you respect it? No, you wouldn't, because you would not know the failure that it took to get there. You would not know the pain and the hit and the hurt and the blood, everything, the sweat. The times you sit there and look at something and goes, there's no way I could do that. I remember the first muscle up I ever saw, and I said, that guy's crazy. There's no way. That's got to be so advanced. You know, that guy's got to be an awesome CrossFitter. Now I realize it's just a trick. You can do it. It's easy. Bar muscle ups. You know, before the Open this year, I had attempted like 3. And then we hit 16.3, and it was like, oh, bar muscle ups and snatches. I was like, snatches are easy. Bar muscle ups? No clue what I'm going to do them. I couldn't do them when I went to warm up. I was like, I'm going to do them. I think I did 6 rounds, 6 or 7 rounds. It's like, you just go, and you just work, and you just keep hitting yourself at it. and you'll be amazed at what you do if you try. As John Henry said in Tall Tale, you don't know what you can do until you try. Just go out and do it. Put yourself out there. Go out and slam the wall. Grab your axe, grab your shield, band together, and just go get it and go attack it. My berserker shirt, little Vikingish thing going on today. So it's not just today. It's pretty much every day, as most people know me. So it's saying 20 minutes now, and I have no clue how this is going to look. I have no clue how this is going to sound. If you stuck around this long, thank you. I don't know what kind of person you are, but awesome. And who knows? Well, I've got all kinds of little ideas wrote down, and we'll go and try this on a weekly basis. So we'll see how it works. I would love your feedback. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you hate it. Tell me what I could do better. I don't. This is just me trying. This is an attempt to learn. But I figured out that